7 MI-18 concerning parcel 45-07 -25-375-001.000-001 and 45-07-25-377-002.000-001. Attorney Vachkoff appears for CJS Reynolds. Daniel Walsh appears in court self-represented. Attorney Wiley is here on behalf of Lake County Auditor's Office along with his representative, Dean Scheidt. We're set for a bench trial. Are we ready to proceed?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, Mr. Walsh, can you have a seat right over here? Did you have a chance to discuss a non-trial disposition with Mr. Walsh?
I have, Your Honor.
Okay. And
we can't come to terms.
Okay. All right. First witness or exhibits?
Your Honor, I would propose to submit a group exhibit in each key number. The first group exhibit would be the tax sale certificate, and this would be with regard to 45-07-25-377-002.000-001. I would propose a group exhibit that shows the tax sale certificate, the title report, the 4.5 letter sent to Mr. Walsh, the green card for 4.5 letter to Mr. Walsh, the proof of publication for the 4.5 notice, the envelope for a second 4.5 letter sent to Mr. Walsh that was returned unclaimed, a copy of an envelope used to send the second 4.5 letter to Mr. Walsh by U.S. mail, the 4.6 letter, a green card for the 4.6 letter to Mr. Walsh signed by Mr. Walsh, and a proof of publication of 4.6 notice. I propose to move to admit all of those as group exhibit, the petitioner's group exhibit 1 for that key number.
Has Mr. Walsh had an opportunity to review those documents? I
have sent those to him through your discovery order. I do have an extra copy here today. Sir. And that's for that first key number.
Your Honor, I got discovery from him, but I never got discovery from the county. So I want to request a continuance on this matter.
Well, what did you request from the county?
All the information that they did. When we were here in court, I was understood they were supposed to send all the information that they did for the tax sale.
Well, when we're here in court, what I do is I set deadlines for discovery. And then the parties are supposed to do that amongst themselves.
Right.
So I don't know what was discussed or if there was informal discovery discussions, or I assume there wasn't a formal request for discovery sent to the auditor's office.
There was no formal discovery request.
Okay. What were you looking for?
Copies of all the stuff they sent. You know, when we were here the last time, the previous case, you ordered them to send all discovery to the other party, and I thought we were getting the same thing when you made this order for discovery.
The only thing they would normally ask for, Judge, if when attorneys are involved, we send them the pre-sale notice and we send them the publication notices.
Is that what you're?
Yeah.
We can get that for him now if he needs it. She can go back to the office and find it.
Okay. All right. We'll move forward with what we can on the hearing, and then we'll recall it once you get that paperwork.
Well, yeah, my plan was to save money on attorney's fees by getting the discovery myself and then taking the discovery to an attorney to have it examined. And when it didn't come, I didn't know what to do.
Well, how much time are you asking for to accomplish that?
Whatever the court will allow. 60 days, would that be fair?
Your Honor, on behalf of the auditor, if I could, I'm not sure what Mr. Walsh's objection is. Is he alleging that taxes were paid as a defense, or is he alleging that he didn't receive notice of the tax sales? Those are the two major defenses that would be out there. Is that what you're alleging, sir?
Well, I spoke to an attorney outside of court here, and he said that oftentimes the office makes mistakes, and that can be an objection to overturn this sale. And so I told him when I got that information, I would meet with him and and have him look it over and see if there was something he could do for me, because I don't know all the legal details.
Are these parcels, do you reside in these parcels, Mr. Walsh?
No.
Are they rental property?
Yes.
The owner has the ability to examine the county's notices as well as any attorney to determine if they are in order with the statute, and I don't know that any attorney can make an argument as to whether or not the county's notices fall outside that the court would not find on its own, and we would certainly agree to the court giving the county's notices a thorough examination today.
No disrespect to the judge, but I mean, if that was true, we'd never need attorneys. The judge could just decide everything.
On top of that, Your Honor, I think the respondent has the burden of...
Well, I guess the only worry to me is if, I don't want, we have these hearings and we have many people in the courtroom. And we toss around terms like discovery, and, people do say, okay, I'm going to send you this or I'm going to send you that. I'm sure that that wasn't the case here, but I could see where a layperson would think when the court says discovery be completed in 30 days that they expect that they're going to get something. He shouldn't have, and I'm sure that the auditor's office didn't indicate that, and it wasn't my intention to indicate that that was something that was going to be done in any manner other than in accordance with the trial rules, or if you want something basically at any time, you have to ask for it. But if you feel you were misled, I certainly don't want you to feel like the court misled you into believing that you were going to receive all this stuff from the auditor's office when that's not what I intended. The particular issue that you're addressing is fairly straightforward, so it shouldn't, generally, it shouldn't take more than a fairly quick meeting with an attorney to go over those particular items. So I'm going to grant your request for a continuance, but it's going to be a short one. March 20th, 10 o'clock. That should give you enough time. You'll get the papers today. That'll give you enough time to find an attorney and, well, you say you already have one that's going to look at them. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Attorney Wiley? Is that day and time okay with you? It's the first day of the NCAA basketball tournament, so...
I will not be here.
Okay.
No. The Hoosiers will not be in there, so I will be here.
I'll be fine. I've got something here in the afternoon, too. So.
Not here.
Not here? Okay.
Not with me. Not on that day.
I'm not sure what it is.
March 20th?
What's it say? Yes.
National Property Group versus Pacheco.
Is that a tax case?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not. It's a damages hearing in room 5, so.
Okay.
I'm fine. At 1:30.
10 a.m.
10.
10 a.m.
Yep.
Yes.
Got it.
Oral continuance granted, bench trial reset to March 20th, 2014 at 10 a.m. Mr. Walsh, have a seat in the gallery here so you can wait to get that paperwork. I don't want you to leave today without the paperwork, and then we come back on the 20th and say, I never received the paperwork. So if you choose to leave and you don't get it before the 20th, then...
paperwork. I appreciate the continuance.
Okay.
If I get the exhibits back, I'm going to use them.
Sure.
Big copies for myself.
Yes. Yep. Is that all, Attorney Kovachkoff, that you have at 9:30?
That's all I have at 9:30. I have one at 10:30.
Okay. Attorney Golding?
Yes, Your Honor, I have one with Mr. Walsh here, too.
Okay. Attorney Golding appears on behalf of Oak Grove Property. Attorney Walsh appears self-represented. Are you asking to have this one reset to that March 20th date?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, I would like to point out, though, that I have provided discovery from Mr. Walsh. I provided it back to him at the date of the original hearing. I have a cover letter and a certified mail return receipt card showing that he's received discovery from me.
Yeah, he wasn't, I don't know if you were listening, he wasn't quibbling with the fact that he received discovery from Attorney Kovachkoff. He just said he didn't receive the pre-sale notices and all the stuff from the auditor's office. And that he assumed that he was going to get not only the documentation from the attorney, but also from the auditor's office.
Okay, so
And the court, while I don't think that that's what was indicated, if I could see where a layperson would perhaps assume that when we're talking about discovery that they're going to get all that stuff sent to them, and so Jane is getting this.
He's getting, and she's
She's getting, it's the same thing for all three.
She's going to get all three of them.
It's the same cell, right?
Same sale, I believe, yes.
okay, so I don't have to do anything. It's the auditor's office is going to take care.
Correct.
And just for the,
March 20th, 2014 at 10 a.m., is that date okay with you?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Okay.
March 20th
Yeah.
at 10.
Yes.
And at that time, I guess I'll enter this into the record that I provided him with discovery.
Yes. Yeah.
And if
And I don't think he's quibbling, you're not quibbling, that you got everything from
Yes.
Attorney Golding, correct?
Yes.
you want anything else from me? Because I'd like to know now.
Yeah,
No.
do you need anything else from either attorney
No.
or the auditor's office, other than the pre-sale notices, which are going to be tendered to you today in open court?
No.
Okay. Very good.
There you are.
Attorney Golding,
Thank you, Your Honor.
you have other cases, correct?
I do. I'm just grabbing my files here.
Okay.
What is that other cases?
Why don't you direct the court to which case you'd like to do first in order of
The
time?
Vanderwerf versus Peterson.
Tom Vanderwerf, you represent Vanderwerf.
I do.
Jonathan and Melissa Peterson, anybody here for them?
Adam Decker
Right.
is representing them, and he has a jury trial in Gary this morning that kind of snuck up on him. And we have an agreement to resolve this matter. It's going to involve the payment of some money to the owners of the property. In exchange, they'll be allowed to redeem the property. We have a written agreement that has to be executed, so I would ask that you would just continue this matter generally pending submission of an agreed order.
Well, how about I just show on the minutes that council reports that agreement has been reached and will be filed within 30 days?
Within 30 days.
60 days? Is 30 sufficient?
30. Let's put some pressure to get
Okay.
it done. Make it 30, please.
Agreement reached, filed within 30 days. All right. Next one.
And we have an agreement on the One's involving John Dunnett, and the last name of the property owner is Pocock. There's two...
Okay. Attorney Golding appears on behalf of John Dunnett on the 2 parcels listed herein. James and Debbie Pocock. You, James?
Yes.
Come on forward, sir.
John Dunnett appears in person as well.
John Dunnett, you're here also?
Yes.
All right. In person and by counsel.
We have an agreement here, Your Honor, which I'm sure you'll ask that the parties acknowledge that this is their agreement. I'd like, if it please the court, to outline what the agreement is going to be.
Yes.
There's going to be a sum of money paid to Mr. Pocock when he moves out. He's going to be allowed possession through May 1, 2014. Mr. Dunnett will provide Mr. Pocock with labor for 2 days to clean up the place and get it ready for an estate sale. Mr. Dunnett will assist Mr. Pocock in posting the estate sale on Craigslist. Mr. Pocock will cooperate with Mr. Dunnett in obtaining insurance on the home immediately, naming Mr. Dunnett as an additional insured. Mr. Dunnett will pay for the insurance, and then at such time as when Mr. Dunnett becomes owner of the property, of course the insurance then will be transferred to Mr. Dunnett. And I understand Mr. Pocock has some signed and notarized settlement documents in his car, which I had prepared, and I didn't want to ask him to have to walk back out to his car to get them in this weather, so he's going to tender those documents to Mr. Dunnett after court today. They're going to walk out to the car after court. Those documents consist, I think there's a quick claim deed in there for both parcels, along with a sales disclosure, and I think there's an agreed court order concerning issuance of the tax deed.
Okay.
And the parties are asking that you adopt this as the order of the court.
Mr. Dunnett, did you hear the recitation of your attorney?
I did.
Okay, is that your agreement?
Yes.
Are you asking the court to approve and adopt that agreement as the order of the court?
Yes.
Mr. Pocock,
Yes.
did you hear the agreement as recited by Attorney Golding?
Yes.
Is that your agreement?
Yes.
Do you understand that agreement?
Yes.
Are you asking the court to approve and adopt that agreement as the order of the court?
Yes.
Court will approve and adopt the agreement of the parties, and Attorney Golding, you'll file that with the court
As soon as possible, yes. Sure.
within 14 days?
Yes. Assuming that everything has been notarized and is in order and everything, I assume it has to be, so 14 days ought to be enough.
Okay, very good.
And that affects both of those parcels? Or
Correct, I got it noted. All right, very good. That's all for that. Attorney Golding, you have another one?
Yeah, we have one with Mr. Lewis here.
This is... Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Attorney Lewis. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Cleopatra Young Reeves appears by her attorney, Attorney Lewis. Is this Mr. Hobson?
Yes.
Mr. Hobson appears with his attorney, Attorney Robert Lewis. We're set for bench trial regarding petitioner's petition for tax deed and the objection of Mr. Hobson, correct?
Yes.
All right, are we ready to proceed?
Yes, we are.
Your Honor.
Attorney Golding?
Your Honor, my case is going to consist of the tax sale certificate, which is Exhibit A, the 4.5 notice with supporting certified mail materials reflecting that Mr. Hobson signed for the 4.5 notice, which is Exhibit B, Exhibit C, the 4.6 notice with certified mail materials reflecting that Mr. Hobson signed for it, and Exhibit D, which will be the title search. I've given copies of most of this to Mr. Lewis already. He may not have the copy of the title search, but I'll tender a copy of the title search to him right now. Did I give you the tax sale certificate?
No.
Copy of the tax sale certificate. You can copy that right now. If I may approach the bench, Your Honor, I will tender these to the court and ask that they be admitted into evidence as petitioners' exhibits A through D.
Attorney Lewis, have you had a chance to review exhibits A through D?
Yes, I have, Judge.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right, we'll show exhibits A through D are admitted. Well, let me look at them. Any other evidence or witnesses, Attorney Golding?
No, Your Honor, I rest.
Okay. Attorney Lewis?
Judge, we'd just like the defendant to testify. Shall he do so from the...
He can do so from there. Would you swear him in, please?
Sir, if you raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm your testimony you're about to give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sir, for the record, state your name, please.
Sylvester Hobson,
And Mr. Hobson, where do you currently reside?
247 Taft Street, Gary, Indiana.
And how long have you resided there?
Over 30 years, I don't know exactly. Over 30 years.
Over 30 years?
Yes, sir.
You acquired that property around what time?
1972, 74, somewhere right in there.
Early 70s?
Yeah, somewhere right there.
Okay. Is that the property that's the subject of this particular hearing?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you acquire that property?
Through a dollar sale that they had at that time.
Okay. And you're aware that that your property has been purchased on a tax sale?
Yes.
And when did you learn it had been purchased on the tax sale, approximately?
I want to say July, somewhere.
Of last year?
Yes, July 13th, somewhere.
Okay. How did you learn that property had been purchased on the tax sale?
Actually, I came out here first after I got one of those letters signed for it, and she told me the house had been sold for taxes, and I couldn't understand why.
Are you getting that? Are you getting
Okay.
that?
Tell the court why you could not understand how or why your property could have been sold on taxes.
Because I had Veterans Administration disability. The letter stating that they paid the taxes for it every year. I suppose that's what it was. I was exempt.
Attorney Lewis, can you ask him to speak? Can you speak up, Mr. Hobson? Because I can't hear you. I'm not sure what you're saying, and you're looking the other way, so I can't.
Oh, okay.
Speak to the court, because the court needs
It's more important that I hear than anybody else. Anyone.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so speak to the court, okay?
Ask me that question again now.
Okay. Why did you believe your property could not have been sold on tax sale?
Because I had turned in Veterans Administration papers that were supposed to relieve me from paying taxes, mortgage tax, property taxes, for what I understood.
Are you a veteran?
Yes.
You served when in the military?
1960, somewhere around in there, if I can get them. Memory too sharp these days.
Okay. The early 60s, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are you a disabled veteran?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And you became disabled how? Tell the court.
Pushing missiles down the missile line, a line that we had ready to get missiles ready for deployment.
This is in the Cuban crisis?
Cuban conflict, yes.
In the early 60s?
Yes.
Okay. And were you discharged from the military because of your disability?
Yes, sir.
And you're now receiving disability pay?
Yes, sir.
And when you purchased that house in acquired that house in 1971, you indicated that you were a disabled veteran at the time and didn't have to pay taxes.
Yes, sir.
And did you provide an exemption to the county to show that you didn't have to pay taxes?
Yes, sir.
And yes, one that shows.
No objection to the exhibits, Your Honor.
Just need to get it marked.
Mark this as respondents 1 and sequentially going forward from that.
And I'm not showing you what we marked as Respondents Exhibit 1 and Respondents Exhibit 2. I'm showing you what we're marked as Respondents Exhibit 2 first. Is this a certificate of eligibility for disabled VAT and tax deduction?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What has been previously marked as Respondents Exhibit 2 behind the
Okay, respondents exhibited 2. Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Is admitted.
And when you got that exemption, have you paid taxes on that property?
None that I know of, sir. No.
Okay.
I always use that, the disability thing.
Okay. Now, when you learned your property had been sold on tax sale, where did you go to find out what was going on?
I came out here to Crown Point to the tax office next door, I believe it is. And I tried to explain to the lady.
Keep in mind, you're talking to the judge.
I'm sorry, sir. I tried to explain to the lady that I had never paid taxes on the property, and we almost got into an argument, and I was trying to explain to her about the disability thing here.
And
she wasn't too nice.
Okay. And then she said something to you to let you know that you needed to get an updated version.
Yeah, she told me I needed to get another date. Well, not the same lady that was telling me the taxes was sold. Another lady right next door said I needed to get an update on my tax disability thing there and to show them, and that's what I went and did. I sent for it, and I told her it would take. I was trying to get it before the 23rd of July, I believe it was. August, I believe it was. Therefore, the property got sold, and I got it back about a week before, and then that's when they let me know that it was too late. It didn't take effect for another year.
Okay, I'm now showing you what we marked as Respondents Exhibit 1. Is that the updated version of your tax exemption?
Yes, sir. To the best of my knowledge, yes, sir.
Okay.
Were you claiming this is an exemption or a deduction?
I'm sorry, Judge. I'm sorry. Deduction.
Okay. Any objection to Exhibit 1?
Exhibit 1, is that the one from 2013?
Yes.
Okay, and Exhibit 2 was the one from 2004 or 5?
Yes.
Okay, no, I'm not going to object to that, Your Honor.
Respondents 1's admitted.
Thank you. And Mr. Hobson, and after you acquired those documents, I'm going to ask you this: when you received those notices in the mail that you signed for, did you know what they were?
Not really. They were orange. I remember one being orange, and I sent one back to the people that sent it to the clerk's office, I suppose it was, because the lady told me that she had gotten it, and I wasn't really aware of it at that time what it was, other than something about taxes. So I figured if I sent it back, that would be the end of it.
Okay. What's your age?
71 and a half, about 71. I'll be 72 in June.
You'll be 72 in June.
Yes, sir.
Did you graduate from high school?
No, sir.
You don't have much of an education?
No.
Okay. Now, the home that you live in, I think you indicated you've been there since around the early 70s, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Who lives in that home currently with you?
My wife, when she's here, she's sick, she lives with me, and my 2 granddaughters that I've had since they were 6 months old, who are now 10 years old. Well, will be 10 years old in September.
And you're going through the process of
trying to adopt them.
adopt those 2 kids?
Yes, sir, so they can get my Social Security.
Okay. And you want to keep your home, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I don't have a place else to go.
Okay. Judge, I have nothing else.
Cross-examination.
Yeah, sure. Sir, I'm just trying to follow what you're saying happened here. I mean, you filed for this exemption in, what was it, 2004? Do you recall, and maybe you've testified to this, but tell me again, do you recall receiving anything from the county telling them that you need to file some additional paperwork to keep this exemption?
To be honest, no, I don't. I really don't. My memory isn't that good.
So you don't recall whether or not you received anything from the county? It's possible you did, it's possible you didn't.
No, I don't. I really don't. I just, I was supposed to get something to show that I was relieved from paying the taxes, and that disability thing is the only thing I know about.
Do you remember ever getting any tax bills in the mail?
Yes, sir. That's why I took the orange paper back that I got in the mail. I took it back to the lady, mailed it back to the lady. I had so many days to mail it back. I mailed it back to her, and matter of fact, she told me I mailed it in time. And
what year was that you got this orange paper?
I thought it was last year, sometime last year, early last year. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been the year before. I'm not real sure.
So up until last year, you thought you still had this exemption on the property? Is that
as far as I know? Once I got there, I thought that was on the paper and on record. That's all I know about it.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
And Judge, I have nothing else.
My concern in this case is I just, he seems to have just been under the assumption he should have had the exemption. And I guess the question is that if there was some kind of mistake made, he may well have established a defense to this tax sale. I don't know. I have to be candid with the court here, and I just kind of a loss here. My client's instructed me that I need to put on evidence and let him establish his defense. So that's kind of what I'm doing.
Okay. Attorney Wiley.
Based on the testimony that I've heard today, Judge, and conferring with Ms. Scheit, our understanding is that, yes, that form he had total exemption for that house going back.
It is a total exemption. It's not like a homestead.
No.
It's not a deduction off of.
It is a deduction, but based on the deduction, both homestead and his veteran's exemption.
His taxes would have been zero.
Zero. That's correct. And that's going back for all of these decades, Judge. The orange form that he's talking about, I'm not sure what he's talking about there. Last year,
I wasn't sure either.
The auditor's office sent out pink forms to everybody to confirm that they had their proper homestead exemptions. I'm not aware, we can find that out, but my guess is they sent out orange forms on other exemptions.
Well, there were some letters that went out that were challenging exemptions too, weren't there?
Correct.
I mean,
well, first went out, the pink forms went out to all homeowners to see if they were properly had their homestead exemption.
Okay.
Those were to be sent back to the auditor. And then based on responses, then collection letters went out in the event that they had proper homestead exemption. This orange form that Mr. Hobson was talking about, my assumption is, and I shouldn't assume it, but is I think they sent out orange forms for other types of exemptions. Veterans, disabled, those types of exemptions. And that may be what he's talking about.
okay.
Based on the testimony that I've heard, Judge Daughter's position would be that we just vacate the tax sale, refund the buyer their funds pursuant to statute.
Okay. Attorney Lewis, any argument?
Judge, I would agree also. My client, in addition to certainly, in my opinion, it's a true hardship on him,
Attorney Golden, argument?
Well, Your Honor, my client's, my major concern is if the tax sale is vacated, which I think is probably the way you're leaning, that my client gets.
How do you know that?
Huh?
How do you know that?
I've been in front of you enough. My client just wants her money back plus her 6% per annum interest plus her attorney fees and title search costs in as much as I think what we're saying here is this was a mistake on the part of the county.
Attorney Wiley?
We're in agreement to that, Judge.
Okay. That would be the court's ruling, so I'm glad that the two of you could divine that, or three of you, perhaps. Court will enter that ruling, and Attorney Wiley, or one of you, will prepare that order. Attorney Golding?
I'll prepare it, Your Honor.
Okay, Attorney Wiley will prepare that order and file it within 30 days.
That's fine, Judge.
All right. Very good.
Thank you, yeah.
You're welcome. 30. Court rules.
You can leave. I'll talk to you later. No, you can leave.
All right, I believe that concludes the 9:30 call. Is there anybody on the 10:30 call that's ready? Attorney Polk? This is, well, you know what? Is somebody going to show?
Your guess is as good as mine. We can wait. But
Okay, well, then we're going to have to wait.
That's fine.
I guess what I should have said, is there anybody on the 10:30 call that's ready and has an agreement?
no, we don't have an agreement.
Okay,
Sorry, Your Honor.
that's all right. All right, well, then I'm going to take a quick break and give the 10:30s a chance to show up.
Just going to have a copy of that introduced.
You'll have, yeah, can you, well, during the break, can you give a copy of the exhibits, those? Sure.
Thank you.
All rise.
Mr. Lewis, I'm going to go across the hall with you because they told me that this typing machine.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay, thank you.
I need to get from you what's your current mailing address? These went to two different addresses, these notices. What is the address you are receiving these notices?
Good. How about yourself?
4305 Jerry Street.
Okay. That's when that one went, and you signed it. These two, these are the Robert Golding ones. These went to the 701 West 43rd Avenue. That was the prior address you had listed with the county, right?
No. That's the,
It was on the deed.
that's the property address.
Okay. And it's on the deed, when you record the deed, we take that address, that's the tax register. So that's where the notice went. But my other point is this, we don't have the actual letter that is in these letters. We have to get that from SRI. Okay? We're going to get those, but I have to mail them to you.
Okay.
Okay? But I want to know which is the address.
4305 Jerry Street.
Okay. So I will mail those to you. Okay? This stuff you can have right now. So what you're going to get from me is the newspaper publication notice that has your name on it and has the partial addresses. And then you're also going to get the actual letter that came from SRI. Okay.
Okay, this is for the other one. This is letter 500 case.
This is for the Dave Gross.
The Golding.
The Golding.
The Golding one.
Okay, 3500. Yeah, that's on that.
And these two, they got returned to sender was to okay. And I'm going to write down that address. 4305 Cherry Street. And what I'm going to do, I should have done this when he was back on. If you can wait until 10:30, or wait 5 more minutes, he's going to come back on the bench. I'm going to report that I gave you this, and I'm going to forward the other one at this address that you just given me. Okay? So if you'll wait about 5 minutes, okay? 4305 Cherry Street, that's Gary, Indiana.
Correct.
And what's the zip?
46408.
Okay, very good.
Wow, was this a donation from the firm of Wiesner Meyer?
It was.
I
You didn't
could
see
tell.
the plaque on the front.
There's a plaque on the front? Do you have to sign in? How do you need to do it? Are you just going down the list? Or is Karen doing it? What's going on? All right. Sure. What's that?
Yeah, maybe she was.
No, she's I don't know.
Yeah.
And the publication.
That's unusual.
Usually everything, by the time we're down, it's done in the 8:30s, but it's 40 for that.
Yeah. And I really, Mike says you're just in charge. You're in charge.
I have a headache. Couldn't find you, Mr. Lewis.
Oh, okay, thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, I got to stay in the corner.
You got more?
The one at 10:30. I set at 9:30. For some reason, another one.
Oh, okay.
You got to pay more attention during that big call. Which you can put together. Yeah.